This has all led us to bring in Thorin Christian from Main Street Magazine, of course, available for free pickup throughout the tri state region and also online at mainstreetmag.com. But I just wanted to point out, leading to you, Thorin, good morning, about how easier things have gotten for me and really putting together a magazine for the holiday season and having to put it really start to put it together months ahead of time has to be a little bit of hard work.
It gets kind of wonky because, like, I'm not in the holiday spirit right now because I already worked on the December issue, a month ago. So it's kind of confuses you time wise. Plus, with us, we're having to deal with, printer deadlines, more so because, obviously they're closed for holidays. So that impacts our deadlines and stuff like that. But we try not to push our advertisers and, put a little, clinch on them. But usually our deadline is around the 15th of the month, but then we also have the fact that if it falls on a certain day, it kind of messes us about as well. So it's just these different challenges of times of year that are a little wonky.
Well, that's the thing I like about being an NPR station is that the programming aspect we leave up to our program hosts. And we don't have to worry about that anymore, which takes a big chunk of what used to be. And we also sound different because we don't play the same 800 songs each year in between Thanksgiving. And
It's always good to be different, gives you something to come to listen to.
I really have to tell you, I really appreciate the fact that I don't have to listen to "Mama Got Run Over by a Reindeer."
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. They've tried to. It's a joke in my office. Ashley tries to start playing Christmas music in September, and I'm like, no. After Thanksgiving, the week of Thanksgiving, I'm okay with it. It's like so they make a joke of it sometimes. When I was the last one coming to the office in the morning, they had Christmas music going and sat quietly and just side eyed me to see when I'd notice.
All right, well, we'll get to this month's issue of Main Street Magazine. And the story we'll start off with is Son of a Gun, stress-free holidays and ways to have stress-free holidays. I mean, there's no way you can have a completely stress-free holiday, but I guess you can narrow it down.
Yeah, I was thinking about this, and when we have space, I like to throw in a little one page, health related column. For this one we had it, and I thought it was very fitting. So, I had some coping mechanisms myself for that I know, like our staff uses, and so I did a bunch of research as well. And there's so many things out there. I think I ended up with a Mayo Clinic that had the most helpful information. And so if anyone's looking, definitely check out the Mayo Clinic. But I think it's a matter of just kind of being realistic and trying to remain in control. And actually, my sister-in-law texted me yesterday. She works at a nice retail store around, and she said one of her coworkers was talking about this great article that she found to be so helpful, and it was ways to have a stress-free holiday. So my sister-in-law thought it was so funny, and I was like, oh, well, that's really nice to hear that at least, this article helped, one person, and I hope it certainly helps others. But that reader was saying that she found so many helpful tips in here and that she was going to utilize. So I really enjoyed that. But it's, here are just half a dozen ways to, kind of change how you think about it and remain stress free. And one of the things that I found most helpful was just say no. And people often think that they can't, when you're asked to be, do something or bring something. But if your family or friends that, love you enough and understand you enough, when you say no, I'm sorry, I can't, they respect you enough to know that, okay, you can't, and that's okay. And, being in control of that and acknowledging the fact that it's okay to say no is very powerful. And just that, alleviates a lot of stress. And of course, one of the other main things that I found everywhere in my research and something that I use is that, just to stay healthy, even though we try to indulge during the holidays, to try to keep your routine, to continue to exercise, eat right, don't indulge too much in drink and food. That will and sleep. Sleep is always a key component. So just trying to keep that steady routine as much as you can will certainly help just keep you in line and, have yourself be, constantly self-check.
Well, it's interesting when you think about, especially this holiday season, as compared to other. Just look at what there's stress in A. how's the family going to get together? How are you going to get together with friends? If you're working, do I really have to get a gift for a coworker that I want to get a gift for? What type of food? How am I going to afford to get presents? There are so many layers of stress
Yeah, for sure.
it's almost like a puff pastry of stress. I mean, or like an onion, you peel it back and there's just more layers and layers. And at the end of it all, though, by the way, 99.9% of us enjoy the holiday season.
We hope we do.
Yeah.
After all this, if we get through all of that.
All right. You've got an article about a new art gallery in Great Barrington. Mixing It Up, the article is called.
Yep, Carrie Chan's new art gallery is located right in that main drag, and Regina interviewed her about her background as well as the gallery and the impetus for it. And then she focused on her first exhibit, which I think it might be over at this point because it opened on October 30th, if I'm not mistaken. So Regina kind of talked to Carrie about the artists, the three that she had right now. But the article kind of focuses also on, Carrie's vision for it and being part of the community and what she hopes to bring to the folks who visit the gallery. So she's very excited about it, and I hope she had a great first show. And I think she mentioned it's been a little while again. I read through this and edited this about a month ago. That I think her second show might be up already, or if not, it might be coming soon. But Carrie was very excited about this new venture that they had.
And CB Wismar once again is featured with, I think, a pretty cool feature in the magazine this month, Winter Reverie.
So this is a little bit of a different thing for us. As most of our readers know, CB is not just a great pen, but Laszlo is a fantastic photographer. So the two of them kind of got together with CB, took some inspiration from Laszlo's photographs and wrote a poem of sorts called Winter Reverie. And so the first page is just the title image with a beautiful photo, and followed by three more of Laszlo's amazing photos from around the area during wintertime, and the poem that CB wrote for it. And CB, the week that the magazine came out, he emailed me that he had a bunch of his friends and people reach out and say that was fantastic, and then they went down memory lane of the associations that they themselves had. So I thought that was a wonderful connector for us.
Yeah, it's. I don't know if I can describe this way because I'm not a writer, but it's a peaceful article, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
In radio we would call it a feel good piece, and not necessarily eye opening in like an amazing sort of way, but just a real nice awakening of a nice different way to take an outlook of the season.
Precisely, and that's exactly how I felt about it too. And poems might not be for everyone, but we thought it was a nice little thing, especially for the holiday season, and it's something we haven't done, so it's a nice little change up.
Well, Main Street Magazine, once again available for free pickup throughout our region and on the web, mainstreetmag.com. I'll speak to you next week, Thorne, and see how less hassled you might be or more hassled.
We'll see. I'm on quarantine right now, so we'll see how it goes.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry about that. Did you remember your family, or were you exposed to somebody?
A member of the family, but everyone's fine, and it's just being taking the precautions, and it's just how it goes. This is our second quarantine.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we'll speak to you next week, Thorin.
That sounds terrific. Have a good one.
Take care. Thorin Christendotter and Main Street Magazine here on Robin Hood Radio.